This video is an overview of script files. We will learn how to create, edit, and save and run script files. So most of the time, it's more convenient to work in script files than in the command window, because for the advantage we will discuss shortly. All of the script files, they have that they are called M files because they have the extension M, so it's .m. And when we create the script file, it will open another window. We call it the editor window, where we can write our code and we can troubleshoot it and debug it and run it if there is no problem. So there are two ways. We will see that shortly, and how to create how to open a new script file. So either go to new script, or you click in the plus here, which under that small arrow here, and then pick script file. So make sure when you pick one, if you are using this, there are other options like functions and live script. So make sure to pick the right one for this purpose. These are some of the advantages for creating script file. So as I mentioned, we could make a correction, so we don't have to start over like what we do with the command window. You can just make the correction or make changes or keep adding to the same script file without the need to start from the beginning. You could, every time you make changes, you could execute it and see if you like it or if you need to make more changes to it. So that's very convenient to do that. And then if you are not done, like by closing your MATLAB, you are not losing your work, so it will be saved. So you can come back and continue working on it, or if you decide to make improvement or changes, then that can be happen. When you are done also, then you could send it to somebody. Like when you do your homework, you send it to me so I can see if you did it right. So it's not like you just do it on the screen and it will disappear the moment you close the program. As I said, when you first create a new script file, it will open another window. It's called the editor window. It will be in the middle of the screen, and the other one's still there. So like the command window will be under it, so you can still, if you need to display something, it will show up in the bottom there. It will have numbers, so that in case there's error, it will give you what's the line number for each code, and these numbers will be added automatically for you. And it's recommended that you always start with the comma, with comments, mainly by putting the % sign, and maybe write the file name, your name, and mainly what's the purpose of this function. Before you can run the script, you need to save it. So again, check the current folder, make sure it's where you want it to be saved. And the rules for naming the files, the script file is the same as for functions, so it should start with the letter. It can't be longer than 63 character, and it only contains letters, digits, and the underscore, and it's case sensitive. So in case if you need to access it at some point, you need to make sure keep it at the same either small letter or capital letter, so it's case sensitive. And after you save it in that editor window, you'll see that the run icon. You can click on it and you can run it. And as I said, you could keep making changes and run it again and again, and that will not stop you from, you don't have to start from scratch every time. Okay, let's see an example in MATLAB. So here it is. As I said, you either you click on the new script, this icon here, or you get to the new, then you click on the arrow and pick the first one, which is, or you could use the Control-N in your keyboard. So that's the script. And as you can see, there are other items you could create, like function, live script. So now we're interested in script. So let's either use this. Let's use this option here. So new script. The moment you click, then it will open the editor window. So you can see it's untitled yet because we did not save it yet. And you can see the editor tab is there, and there are another two tabs, that publish and view tabs that came with it. And you can look at the numbers like 1. These are the numbers that you will be using to write your code, and they will be added automatically for you. So again, so as I said, you could start typing. You start with a comma with the comments. So start with the question with the %, and maybe this is my first script file. And then you can continue typing like what you did before in the command window. Maybe you can start assigning variables. So a equal 13. And if you don't want to show display the results on the command window, you just put a comma there, then b equal 17, and c equal a over b. And then let's do print f. Okay, the result of dividing, and the first variable for a, so let's make that d for integer, by b, which is another integer, and for the results we want it to be fixed point 5.2 f to show that it's and then make sure to put \n to put the answer in new line. Then you close the quotation, and then you put the variables in the same order. So this is 13 by, so the 13 is the a, and the comma b, comma c. Okay, so that's the result there. And again, when we click, when we try to run it, it will ask us to save it. So that's we can't run it. So let's go to the editor here, and if you try to run, it will ask you to save it. So then just give it a name. So now you have it's running. The result of the dividing 13 by 17 is 0.76. And now, since we have the script, we could, if we like to have more decimal places, I could change that, let's say, to 3. So that will be easy to fix. I can just run it again. So let's see CLC, and now by running it, you can see now it show me more, and then I can maybe make it 5, but we don't. Just keep this optional, and it will keep changing. So that will be easier. How about then if somebody could decide to change the number, then just make small change and then run it. So it will take you a short period of time. So that will be, let's change that to 15. If we change that to 15 and we run it, then we get different results. So you can see it's very convenient to use a script file, and this is actually the way you will be submitting your homework. You need to do all of your coding in script files, so make sure to save it. And as I said, always check that current directory, make sure it's correct. And even if you close it, you can open it again by double clicking on that. It should show up in the left menu here. So you double click and it will open, and you can keep working on it. So that's a kind of quick overview of how to create a script file. Okay, thank you.